Welcome to a new deep dive. Today we're unpacking a truly delightful topic. It combines history, culture, and, well, a whole lot of deliciousness.
hmm
Our mission is to take you on a bit of a journey to Kagoshima, Japan, to uncover the secrets of a really beloved summer tradition.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how a seemingly simple dish can tell such a rich story about a place, weaving in innovation, regional identity,
Right.
and even some surprising legal twists. We're diving into Shirokuma, that iconic, colorful, shaved ice dessert.
Shirokuma.
And we're drawing insights from articles like Introducing Shirokuma and various travel guides and things like that.
That's right. So we'll explore what makes this dessert so special, its surprising origins, and yeah, that genuinely fascinating legal quirk you mentioned that actually helped turn it into like a national sensation.
It's quite the story.
It really is. By the end of this deep dive, you'll be pretty well informed about this unique treat and its vibrant home city, Kagoshima.
So let's unpack this. Okay, first things first. What exactly are we talking about when we say Shirokuma? Because it's not the animal, despite the name.
Precisely. No polar bears involved in the eating part. Shirokuma is a type of shaved ice, yes, but it's really a cut above. It's generously topped with condensed milk, a really vibrant array of fruits, and often agar as well.
Agar, okay.
Yeah. It's an incredibly popular summer tradition down in Kagoshima. You see famous stores with these long lines, even in the, scorching midsummer heat. People really want to taste.
From what I've seen in photos, it truly sounds like, well, a feast for the eyes before you even take a bite. People describe it as incredibly gorgeous and voluminous. Is it really that impressive in person?
Oh, absolutely. The visual appeal is definitely a huge part of it. It really is striking.
Yeah.
But maybe the biggest mystery, and perhaps the most charming bit, is the name itself. Shirokuma, which means white bear.
Right.
Where did that come from?
Right.
Yeah, that's the big question. Now, this next detail really adds a layer of intrigue, I think. One popular theory suggests the name comes directly from how it looks, like its visual resemblance to a white bear's face. Specifically, the clever arrangement of cherries, angelica, which is that bright green candy.
Right, the candied stem.
Yeah, and raisins on top is said to mimic a bear, with those dried grapes often forming the eyes. Kind of cute, actually.
It is cute. And then there's another theory, maybe a bit less whimsical, perhaps,
Go on.
that the name was simply inspired by a white bear mark found on a can of condensed milk used when they first created it.
Ah, okay, so maybe more product placement than artistic interpretation.
Could be. Both are fascinating possibilities, aren't they? It shows how a name can kind of evolve and pick up these little stories along the way.
Given those two theories, do you think one is like more widely accepted than the other, or do they both just kind of add to the whole mystique of the dish?
I think both definitely contribute. Yeah, it gives it a certain charm, but beyond just the look and the name, it's really interesting to note Shirokuma's deeper historical context.
Okay.
It's actually a post-war invention. It was created in 1947 by Takeshi Kubo, the founder of Temukan Mujaki.
Right, Mujanki, the famous place.
That's the one, and it was first sold commercially in 1949.
So it has quite a history then, emerging from that period of, well, rebuilding in Japan.
Exactly.
Initially, I read it was a much simpler shaved ice, more like mizur or mitsukake.
Yeah, that's right. Those are the more traditional Japanese shaved ice types, usually just served with syrup, not all the elaborate toppings we see today.
Right.
But Shirokuma clearly evolved into the much more, well, decked out dessert we know now.
So it wasn't always this pile of fruit and goodies.
No, it was improved significantly over time. It transformed into this gorgeous style with colorful arrangements, including things like three-color agar.
Okay, the jelly stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And diced yoken, that's a sweet, thick jelly, often made from red bean paste. Adzuki beans, the sweet red beans you find everywhere.
Of course.
Canned fruits, dried grapes. This whole evolution really helped solidify its place as the summer tradition in southern Kyushu.
It really built up over time then. So what really makes Kagoshima Shirokuma so enduringly appealing? The sources seem to highlight three main attractions.
Yeah, three main things. First, it's that undeniable cute appearance and visual appeal. We talked about it looking like a bear.
Right.
That arrangement of fruits is just really unique and captivating. It's definitely what grabs your attention first.
And it's become incredibly SNS worthy, hasn't it? Instagrammable.
Totally.
Stores like Sandico Coffee really lean into this. They create these incredibly realistic and cute visuals with like blueberry eyes, a nose, even pineapple ears.
Oh, edible ears.
Yeah.
Right.
And some places even feature 3D Shirokuma, apparently, making them this unforgettable memory for tourists. That visual impact is so critical today, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a dish made for sharing, visually at least. Second is the abundant variations and the evolving nature of Shirokuma. Ah, so it's not just one thing anymore.
Not at all. While the traditional white version remains a classic, you can find these vibrant akaguma, which means red bear, made with dragon fruit.
Ooh.
Kiguma, yellow bear, bursting with mangoes, or even rich black bears with caramel syrup at places like Cebu Kakashi.
Wow, okay. Red, yellow, black bears too. And the choice of syrups is great as well, I read. From a luxurious royal condensed milk to an adult chai-like condensed milk.
Exactly, which attracts a really wide range of customers, right? And it encourages repeat visits just to discover new flavors. It sounds like they're constantly innovating.
They really are. Keeps it fresh.
They are. And finally, and this is crucial, the high-quality ingredients and unique manufacturing processes. These contribute to that distinctive, really top-tier texture.
Okay, texture's important with shaved ice.
Hugely important. Some places are legendary for their ice quality, like Yanagawa Ice House. Get this. They freeze raw water from Kagoshima's Ojidani water source for 6 days. 6 days? Wow, that's serious dedication to ice.
Isn't it just? And this special ice, combined with their homemade condensed milk-like syrup and that perfect mix of sweet and sour fruits, creates this addictive, fluffy texture, especially at the original place, Tammunkan Mujaki.
Right.
It truly is a premium shaved ice experience, perfect for Kagoshima's hot weather.
It sounds incredible. So if you're listening and thinking, I need to try this, where should you go? If you're looking to experience the real thing, there are a few absolute must-visit spots, right? Where should we start?
Okay. Top of the list, you have to mention Tenmunkan Mujaki, the main store. It's widely considered the birthplace of Shirokuma.
The original.
The OG. It's renowned for that incredibly soft, fluffy texture and their secret homemade milk recipe. That's key.
And their Ganso Shirokuma, that means original Shirokuma, right?
That's it.
It comes with a generous array of toppings. Cherries, raisins, mandarin oranges, peaches, bananas, kumquats, even sweet potatoes, apparently.
Sweet potatoes, too, yeah. It's quite a mix. It's described as having this unique, fluffy, and slightly crunchy sensation that you just don't get tired of.
Yeah.
It's really different from those prepackaged ice cream versions you might find in supermarkets.
Completely different level.
Totally. Then there's Sandeco Coffee Math Cafe.
The Math Cafe.
Yeah, it's a really unique concept cafe, funnily enough, owned by a math teacher.
Okay.
Their Sandeco Coffee-like White Bear is famous for its realistic and super cute visuals. We mentioned the blueberry eyes and pineapple ears. That's them.
Ah, right. And you can customize it there, too, choosing between royal or that adult chai syrup.
That's right. And what sounds particularly fascinating, I think, is that you can even pour coffee on it to transform it into a charkuma. Cha meaning tea or brown, I guess.
Oh, wow. Shirokuma affogato, basically.
Kind of. Honestly, that sounds like the perfect, maybe not breakfast, but afternoon treat. They also have a shareable one called Fruits Onsen Shirokuma no Yu, like a fruit hot spring Shirokuma.
That just sounds delightful and fun. Okay, where else?
And finally, Yanagawa Ice House. Remember the special ice?
The 6-day ice place. Renowned for its different ice.
Exactly. They use that special ice frozen for 6 days from the Ojidani water source, and people say it makes a noticeable difference. Their berry Shirokuma, with a sweet and sour sauce of blueberries and strawberries, apparently pairs absolutely perfectly with the rich milk flavor.
Berry and milk, classic combo.
And beyond Shirokuma, they offer over 25 types of shaved ice. Things like acerola, even sea salt flavor.
Wow.
And many are really affordably priced, like 250 yen, which is what, less than $2, with milk available for a bit extra. Plus, it's conveniently located, just a 3-minute walk from the Zuradori tram station.
Sounds like a real local gem, that one. Easy to get to and lots of choice.
Definitely worth checking out. Now, here's where the plot really thickens, legally speaking.
Yes.
And it explains why you listening might have actually encountered Shirokuma products, even outside Kagoshima, maybe at your local 7-Eleven or Family Mart back home, without realizing its deep regional roots. It all comes down to a fascinating legal detail.
So this is the legal quirk you mentioned at the start. You're saying Shirokuma ice cream has no trademark. That seems surprising for such a famous iconic regional dish.
It is surprising, right? And it's because a court found it to be a common name.
The common name.
Yeah, basically a generic term for shaved ice with condensed milk and fruit, especially prevalent in the Kyushu region, centering on Kagoshima.
Huh.
This legal decision wasn't just about, a dessert. It was a really fascinating case study in how a regional common name can essentially bypass traditional trademark laws.
So wait, a common name doesn't have to be common throughout all of Japan. Just common in a specific region is enough.
Exactly that. That was the key finding. This precedent essentially democratized Shirokuma, you could say. It allowed various companies to manufacture and sell Shirokuma products legally.
Wow.
Spreading this Kagoshima summer tradition nationwide, it really highlights the power of, cultural adoption over corporate exclusivity sometimes.
That's actually incredible. A court case basically made it go national. Okay, so a Shirokuma is definitely a must-try experience. But Kagoshima itself, the city, obviously offers so much more beyond this delicious treat.
Oh, absolutely. And yes, to truly enjoy the authentic taste and just the whole atmosphere of Shirokuma, visiting Kagoshima is key. But while you're there, there's lots more. 3 recommended spots definitely include Sakurajima,
A volcano.
the majestic active volcano. Yeah, it's the iconic symbol of Kagoshima. You really can't miss it. And you can even enjoy local produce there, like Sakurajima radish, these huge white radishes and tangerines, which are uniquely products of the volcanic ash soil.
Interesting. And the Unodera Observatory offers a spectacular 360-degree view, I read.
It does, yeah. Great views. And the ferry to Sakurajima runs 24 hours a day, making it incredibly easy to visit. It's quite literally the heart of the city's landscape.
Always looming there. Okay, what else?
Then there's Sengan Garden. This is a national place of scenic beauty and also a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's what they call a borrowed landscape garden. That means it's designed to deliberately incorporate distant natural scenery, in this case, Kagoshima Bay and Sakurajima itself, into its composition. It creates this incredibly grand, sort of cohesive view.
So the garden uses the volcano as a backdrop. Clever.
Very clever. And you can explore unique historical elements there, too, like a crane lantern, and apparently there's a charming cat shrine.
A cat shrine. Okay.
Yeah. And there are restaurants and shops, so you can comfortably spend the entire day there. It sounds like a place where history and natural beauty really blend beautifully.
Definitely sounds worth a visit. And one more.
And finally, Shirayama. This is actually a small mountain, or maybe more like a large hill, right in the city center.
Okay. Convenient.
Very. From its observatory, you get these crystal clear views of Sakurajima and the entire Kagoshima cityscape. It's particularly beautiful at night, apparently.
Nice. Yes, if views.
Yeah. And it's also really rich in history. It was the site of the last fierce battle of the Seinon War that was a really significant civil uprising in the late 19th century, profoundly impacted Japan.
Right. Saigo Takamori's last stand.
Exactly. You can find spots like Saigo's cave there. Plus, the famous bronze statue of Takamori Saigo himself is nearby. And it's incredibly easy to visit, especially after, enjoying your Shirokuma down in the Tamankan area. It's all quite close.
Perfect. Dessert, then history.
A good combo. This deep dive really reveals how, a seemingly simple summer treat like Shirokuma is actually steeped in local history, cultural evolution, and even this unique legal narrative, all while being just inextricably tied to the vibrant city of Kagoshima itself.
Absolutely. It's clearly more than just a dessert. It's an experience and a really fascinating cultural story wrapped up in something delicious.
Right.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Next time you see a Shirokuma, whether you're lucky enough to actually be in Kagoshima or maybe just picking one up at your local convenience store, thanks to that court ruling,
Yeah.
You'll know the fascinating, surprising story behind that refreshing treat.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About how many everyday items, maybe foods or objects, might have similarly rich and unexpected histories just waiting to be uncovered. Things we just take for granted.
Indeed it does. And maybe consider this. If a regional court ruling could effectively make a beloved local dish like Shirokuma a national phenomenon, what other hidden common names or maybe overlooked regional specialties might be out there just waiting to burst onto a wider stage? Simply because the right conditions or perhaps the right legal loophole happen to align. Something to mull over until our next deep dive.